people. Right, so the beast from the east is I'm recording. Right, people, the beast from the east has arrived. As you know, I was gonna I had some car dilemmas, and I've got a lot more car dilemmas now. So let's spin the camera around. Oh, there she is. So if you had smelly vision, you'd be able to smell petrol, because it is leaking jip. But check that out. Isn't that cool? Everything that could be wrong with it is just about wrong with it. It's got problems coming out of its ears. Wow, it's freezing. So, yep, lots of issues. It wouldn't start, so I went to put some fuel in it, and the fuel just started gushing out of the tank. So I stick my head underneath, and it turns out that the tank's absolutely pagged. It looks like someone's laid into it with a sledgehammer. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with it. It's the whole thing's not a straightforward job at all. But I didn't expect it to be either. So it's all part of the fun of it, isn't it? So following on from me video, the last video, obviously, which was a bit random. I was ended up having a rant in the car. Might have another rant in the car. Yeah, I was talking about my car dilemma, wanting to get another car, parking spaces, and what to do, and I ended up deciding to buy the Datsun anyway, and sod the parking issues. I'm just going to ram the car park full. Staff will have to find somewhere else to park, and yeah, it's my car park, so that's what I'm doing with that. So at the minute, I'm keeping both the cars, but it still doesn't make sense to keep both the cars. So I'm probably, especially when you look at the amount of work that needs doing with this Datsun, and there's a shocking amount of work needs doing with the Datsun. I'm probably gonna move the Jag on, plough a lot of the money into the Datsun, really, because A, it's gonna need it, and B, I like the damn thing. It's just super cool. So yeah, that's kind of the plans. It needs wheels, because I hate the wheels on it. It needs obviously it needs a load of body work, which I used to do body work. Should put my little microphone on. There we go, microphone activated. Should be able to hear us a bit better now. Got the Datsun, it arrived. I've been waiting for a while for it to get delivered, because it was a bit tricky sorting out the delivery, working it in my friend's schedule who delivers vehicles. So it's here now, and it just needs a monumental amount of work. I've had projects like this before, but there's a lot to do with this one, so not to be taken lightly. So I think, to be honest with you, I'm gonna have to spend about £10,000 on it, about 10 grand to get it to where I want it. It needs wheels, it needs a paint job, it needs brakes, it needs a fuel tank because it's pissing fuel everywhere. It needs an interior, and it needs, if not a new engine, like the engine looking at, even on just turning it over, it sounds horrible. I haven't actually had it started, so there's a lot of work, but it's a project, that's what I wanted. So it's not going to be on the road for a while, I don't think. I'd like to have it on the road for the summer, but actually achieving that's quite a big ask, really, with the amount of stuff that needs doing. The good points, there's not many. The chassis looks alright, although I haven't had it up on a ramp. The chassis does look alright, and it's an independent chassis, so it's the body like bolts down onto the chassis. It's not actually part of the car, you know, the two separate parts. So the chassis looks alright, and the bodywork is okay. There's stuff that needs attention, but nothing too major. It's, you know, it doesn't look like it's had any major smashes. There's a couple of panel alignments. There's a little bit going on with the bonnet and stuff, but other than that, nothing too major. So as far as the bodywork's concerned, it just needs tidying up, some panel gap adjustments, and the full paint job. But all the locks need sorted. None of the locks work. So that's an interesting scenario, because it's going to be difficult to get parts for it. So everything's going to have to be jerry-rigged, as they say. So don't know what I'm going to do with the doors, with the locks. Window rubbers, that's going to be a tricky one. Stuff like the window rubbers is probably going to be harder to sort out than the stuff like the fuel tank. I had a stroke of luck, really. In the car park at work, I'd put a couple of cans of fuel into it, and it started pissing out everywhere. And one of the guys that parks in the car park parked up, and I said to him, "Whoa, don't smoke near it. Don't light any cigarettes or anything." You know, I explained to him that I had a fuel leak and that I was going to have to get a fuel cell for it. And he says, "Oh, I've got a fuel cell." He says, "You can," he says, "I'm not using it, so you can buy it if you want it." He says, "Well," he says, "just work out what price they are, and obviously I'll do it cheap." So we'll have to have a look, see how much a fuel cell is, and but how does that happen? You know, like you just realise that you need a fuel cell, and then a guy gets out of a car and walks past you and says, "Oh, I've got an aluminium fuel cell, I'll sell you it if you want." It makes us think of a quote. I'm a man of many quotes, and I really like this one. Everything you need is within reach, but finding is a luxury reserved for the seekers. That's like a double barrel quote. But everything that you need is within reach. But if you ain't looking for it, you ain't going to find it, you know. So yeah, the universe is funny like that. It delivers things to you in all sorts of different ways. And who'd have thought that there was a guy walking past when I needed an aluminium fuel cell? I'd literally just realised I needed one, and he comes past and says he's got one that he'll sell us. Yeah, who'd have thunk it? So anyway, I'm on my way out to my old mechanics. So I used to have a garage and I used to build custom cars, and that's how I would even dare to take on a project like this. The mechanic that used to work for us, Jonathan, he's now got a garage himself, and he has had ever since I packed that one in, called JDM DYNO, which is an interesting name considering that Japanese cars are called JDM cars, Japanese domestic market it stands for, and JDM DYNO, which is my mate's garage, stands for Jonathan David Mitchelson, which is his name. So it fits having a Japanese car out there. So what I'm going to do, there's so much, and I was planning on doing this anyway. The car's going to him for a lot of the work. It'll go to him for the mechanical work, electrical work. He's the best mechanic in the county, like hands down. I don't know a mechanic that is better than this guy, that can do the things that this guy can do. It's unbelievable. He's a genius. He's an absolute genius. So it's going to Jonathan for a JDM DYNO for all the electricals, probably a new engine, suspension, brakes, a bunch of stuff. And then it's going to be going to a body shop for the finishing it off, doing the panel work and the paint work. I'll try and get involved a little bit, you know, there's certain things that I can do, but without having a garage, you know, I can't do all that much. So once it's at Jonathan's garage, I'll be able to nip out there on a regular and sort of get involved and give him a hand. But most of the stuff that needs doing is definitely gonna be down to him. So yeah, that's where we're heading out now. I'll hit stop for now. We've got a lot of bendy roads, so I don't want to be worrying about the camera moving about. And it's about like 10 mile away, the garage from where I live, so head out there and I'll hit the record button when we get there. Stay tuned, because if you're into cars at all, if you're any sort of a petrol head, what you're about to see is like, it's quite wild. The stuff that he does is amazing. So there's some absolute treasures in this garage, and hopefully he'll let us film some of them. So yeah, should be interesting. Stay tuned. Back with you shortly. So we're at the garage in Jonathan's office. I won't show you the office because it's a bit of a mess, because it's just got like, it's like a bit of a workshop, but this is his 3D printer. Don't look at the table, don't look at the table. And he's making this, so he's printing this. Can you see that? That's like a throttle body. No, it's not, it's a trumpet, isn't it, for a throttle body. Ram pipes. You don't call it a trumpet, no?
Yeah, it can do.
I suppose it's more of a ram pipe, isn't it? How long's this been printing?
I think the time on there. 4 hours 51 minutes. Is it?
Fucking hell.
Not that time.
But how cool is that? It's literally like making parts for engines that he's building. What's this going on?
Fiesta. Rally car.
Epic. Would you leave one of these printing overnight so that there's one done in the morning?
Yeah.
Alright.
This is just a test.
Right. Cool. Right, let's go in the garage. So these are the hub dynos that Jonathan makes. And these basically, the hubs of the car bolt onto that bit there. You stick these at either side of the drive wheels of the car, and then bolt these onto the hubs, and then you run the car up, and this reads the power and controls the power that's been delivered. So it's on airbags as well, eh? Well, this is another thing, John, like so we're on about putting an axle in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Can you stick some bags in it as well for us? In the truck?
Let's see, why not?
Right, because, you know, it's a thing. Do it again, do it again, do it again. That is fucking ace.
Notice it's not plugged in.
Yes, it's obviously got its own tank.
The frame is the tank.
The frame's the tank. I was telling everybody on the way out, like, because I was, you know, chatting on the way out, like, that you're the fucking genius, man, and you are. You are. This is quality, man. This is absolute quality.
Did you see the video of it doing the RPM holding thing?
Yeah, see, this is the thing as well. You need to make some like better videos, really. Like, I'll bring cubes out and we'll do some better shit for you, man. Fucking get it edited up and that.
Like Jack says, I should have had one of the escorts on it, not that shitty guy.
Like, so am I alright going for a little walkabout and like showing people the cars? And obviously there's registration numbers, but like fucking fuck it, it's we're gone. What, the RS Turbo, that's yours?
Yeah. It's not actually an RS Turbo, it's what,
But it's It's close to being a turbo. Now I've seen this car several times when I've been out here. So yeah, like you say, it has actually been out here a while, hasn't it? Check that out. Marco Nesco. What's engine in this? 3 litre V6 2.9 Cosworth engine. Oh, supercharged Cosworth engine. Here's one of the things that I came to collect.
To do with the clean.
My TVR carbon fibre exhaust cans. So they're going on the truck, and so these airbags. Get on. Right, what else we got? Alright, Fiesta rally car.
That's what the ram pipes are doing. Instead of them shitty metal ones.
What's wrong with the metal ones though?
Too long and they fall off.
Okay. Can you print in carbon fibre?
You can
Like that carbon mix?
Yeah, you can get the nylon carbon stuff, yeah.
What about 3D printing the metal now? Like fucking, that's...
I haven't got that kind of technology.
It's getting there now though, it exists now though, doesn't it?
Oh, right. Well, it's existed. It's getting to the point
I think we need to sort out my set. Fucking hell, you got some more helicopters?
Yeah, some of them are jazz.
Oh, it's too dark, I can't see it. Cuba's been messing on with the fucking settings on this and it's way too dark. Dude, what's going on with all the fucking helicopters? Is any of them got a jet engine in?
No.
All electric?
This
Jesus Christ, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
One in the car.
Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, this steppy.
14 helicopters. That's the latest one. This is the one I wanted to do the Angry Birds thing on.
Right. Angry Birds helicopter, that kind of makes sense. That's some big old brushless motor in there. What's this thing called?
It's a CO2 laser.
CO2 laser cutter for cutting all your... That's what you cut out of the metal. And this is the mainstay of his business. This is the rolling road. So you drive a car onto that, strap it down, and then you... Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, it's different now.
So this will like... it basically tests the power of the car, but you can use it to map the ECU to tell the fuel and the air and everything to get the most power out of it. So this like simulates the car driving down the road, so you can map the ECU so you can get the most power out of it. And it's never been four-wheel drive. You can't put a four-wheel drive car on it, but this looks like it's almost four-wheel drive now. You're obviously not using them rollers yet.
I have used them.
So is this four-wheel drive now then?
Yep.
So you have got a four-wheel drive dyno now?
Yes.
How come they're not fucking more worn down then? How come they're not fucking shiny?
Well, it's a little bit shiny because they were very rusty. I've only had two.
How many years has it been that, like, it's been a long time that you've been wanting to get to...
6 years I built this. 6 years ago.
And so, obviously there used to be this bit here, that used to be, well, on the back, that used to be water, and it was a water brake, but now that's an electric brake.
Yeah, both
So
electric now. That's mapping software there.
it's crazy, isn't it, that you can see the map of the engine like that, like the ECU. Have you seen cymatics? You can see sound,
Oh yes.
Like, wow, that's amazing.
No, just go get a different one. No, traditional.
Brim, brim, brim.
Middle of last year I got it put together. Here, I'll replay a run for you.
Yeah, but you gotta make the sound. Make the sound.
It's actually playing at double speed, so hang on a minute. Right,
What was the power on that then? Fucking hell, that wasn't that little car, red car that you had on your Alto or whatever it is.
No, that was a Fiesta.
How much horsepower can it handle now then?
I've had 600 on it, over 600 on it.
This is Jonathan, by the way.
Say
hello,
really,
Jonathan.
Hello. Nothing's really tested it yet.
Well, maybe my truck will be what tested. I know. Right. So, anybody got a meaty four-wheel? You want a four-wheel drive then, obviously, yeah?
I don't have to be.
But come on, there must be. You must have a figure of what horsepower this can handle.
Well, at the moment, an easy 1200.
Fucking hell. So if it was, because it's split between like two axles, if you were running four-wheel drive, obviously that handles 1200, but that'll handle 1200 as well. So like split between the four wheels, you could be like running over 2000 horsepower. Remember when we were snapping belts at fucking 350?
See that one out there? The hood dyno?
Aye.
1600 horsepower. Someone's had on one of them.
Yeah, and 300 brake horse was a magical number, and then like we kind of went through that whole experience of the power going up and up and up, and I can remember when something went over 500 brake horsepower, and I was like, this is getting fucking mental. And then there's been like a quantum leap in power, like, and we're now like fucking there's cars out there that are fucking 2000 brake horsepower, and like it's normal to be talking about shit like that, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. That's my old welder, innit? Hello, welder. Not seen you in a while. I'm surprised you haven't fucking souped up this forklift truck.
I've souped up your old engine lights though. Extender arm.
Oh, aye. Oh, I need to change the settings on this. Everything's too dark. Oh, Honda! Fucking can't see nothing. Well, I'm gonna have to get me. Hang on a minute. I've got my ting. I've got my ting here.
You got your ting.
Right. Lots of blackness. I'll put a light on. There we go. Fucking. Got a Honda S200.
S2000.
S2000. Oh shit. Oh man, I wish the lighting was better in here.
You want a big light?
Look at that, that's a FOO valve, that. Fucking hell. I might get done for misinformation there. Holy fuckaroony, Milo, look at this turbo. Holy shit. So have you done all this, Jonathan?
I've basically redone it all. I've redone the exhaust manifold, so that's one of my exhaust manifolds.
This has got to be fucking, what? It's got to be over 600 brake.
Right, it's 550.
You've had it on the rollers. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. There you go. Lighting. Man.
Just redone the downpipe on it because that's a new turbo. So it might make a bit more.
I mean, it looks. What's that tape? Is that
like
just fucking?
tape.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say it's like doesn't just like supposed to look pretty, is it? It's
No, it isn't heat tape.
So yeah, FOO valve. You gotta have one. You gotta have one of these as well. I want one. This is gonna absolutely shred, innit?
Yeah.
I like the way like the turbo's sitting as well. The placement, obviously you couldn't like get it under there. So this must have a weird exhaust manifold onto with the turbo being mounted there, eh?
I'll show you the exhaust manifold it's got there. So.
Yeah, it's like forward. I can kind of see it. It's like forward and up. Right, yeah.
That's it there.
And did you make the manifolds for it as well?
I didn't make this one, but I made the one that's on now because this one cracked. See?
Right.
So it cracked.
What does a VTEC normally put out? Like these are K20s, aren't they?
It's an F20.
An F20.
They're normally like 240, 250.
Yeah.
NA. And this was 551 was the best run before this turbo.
What's that turbo? What size is the turbo?
I can't remember.
Math-fucking-hoosive.
It's Pulsar turbo.
Really?
Yeah, but not Pulsar.
It's not a standard Pulsar turbo though, is it? Oh right, it's made by not off a Nissan Pulsar.
No.
Cool. That's like. I needed this today. Like this is. I needed a hug. I needed to be told that everything was going to be all right with the truck.
I've made this new downpipe for it.
You're gonna make me downpipes and everything, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So we're hoping for a bit more power on it.
Yeah, you'll get more power. You're just pissing about at 550, aren't you?
Yeah. It's only 20 psi a boost. Just spigot. Trying to pick up one that's in the thing. Spigot rings for the.
For your hub.
For the hub.
Aye.
Just move that. Need to do the gaskets where we got that set up.
What is this? It's just Perspex.
It's like a Perspex, yeah. It's not a very good quality Perspex this, so it's a shit edge on it, you know, it's like a rough edge, dull edge. But on decent Perspex you get a really nice clean cut. This is just what.
So what? What's this cutting with? Laser.
130 watt laser.
Right.
Check that. Should be alright. That needs to go down.
That's up.
That's down. You ready?
Yeah, go. Not the red bar. That's just a target and light.
I'll take those.
What a handy piece of kit. JDM DYNO. So that was a trip out to JDM DYNO, Kirkbride, Carlisle, run by Jonathan Mitchelson, and lots of swearing. You can see like the potential of what Jonathan's capable of in his inventor space, you know. He's a really clever guy, he's capable of making all sorts, so it's nice to be working with him again, you know, like it's been a long time since we've done anything together. Obviously we used to work together full time, so really nice to be working on a project with him and building something cool. So I'm really confident that he's got the expertise that and the equipment that I need to be able to do what we're going to do with this car by taking the parts of the S13, the subframes, the suspension, the brakes, the hubs, fuel lines, brake lines, engine, gearbox, prop shaft, diff. There's a lot of stuff to swap over and make fit into the truck. And I don't necessarily have to do it like that. It's just that, like, I think that that's just how I want to build it. You know, I think it would be easier in the long run to be able to have parts that I can buy and not be ratching about for stuff, you know, trying to find this part for this that doesn't even exist in this country. At least I can get S13 stuff. So that was JDM DYNO. That's where the mechanical part of the build is going to be happening, from 3D scanning the chassis potentially, so that we can then 3D scan the subframe, so that when we make brackets, everything's already worked out on the computer. You know, I don't know whether we're going to see a bit of that or what. I don't know how straightforward it's going to go. Just, but all that's there. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long either. I mean, it's going to be a lengthy project, but you know, it's not going to be quick. But at the same time, don't want it to, you know, end up one of those projects that unfinished project, you know. So I need to keep on pushing at it. So making these videos as well, obviously it's I wasn't planning on doing this. It's just the cars came up in my life, as it were, and I figured, well, I'll watch flipping car videos, so and it's something that I'm creating, so it fits with what I'm doing with this anyway. So there's certainly going to be a series of videos to do with the car. Obviously I'll still be doing the engraving and stuff like that, and there's some more podcasts on the way soon. We're kind of all over the place. We've got tattooing, we've got engraving, and we've got cars now as well, so which is a good thing for me because I'm a petrol head, you know. I don't have like a GTR tattoo for nothing. I've got a bottle of nitrous oxide there, got the button there. Any tips and advice and stuff, any ideas that you maybe want to chuck at the project, if you've done a conversion like this before, let me know, because you might have some information that would save a whole bunch of time. And yeah, other than that, do the, you know, the button pressing thing, like, subscribe, stuff like that, if you want to see what's going on with it further. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm just getting ready to do some engraving now, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm going to record this as well so you can watch that another time. So yeah, bye for now.